Guys,
Location.
streaming now. Has it changed?
Oh my! You pressed the button and it started jumping around. Yeah. Okay. So apparently the secret is next time I need to host but run 10p or 1080p 30 instead of 1080p 60, and that will make the difference because yeah, that's a whole thing.
You 30 FPS.
So it's back
My
to
friends,
popcorning.
I have a crazy idea. What if I made an ET? What if I made a East Broad Top Mikado?
There are 2 Wink that you need to make, so I don't know if
About it.
I don't know if the one that we can't talk about on stream to 120 people is claimed yet. But
I'm not trying to like leak anything. I'm just thinking of what would be cool to model.
The 12 is on the tree and Wink, also Wink. But yeah. I can't move. My player is stuck in position. Oz is not doing anything.
I forget real quick. This is kind of. I'm not trying to like leak or anything. I'm not trying to or anything. Do we have the Colorado and Southern stuff on the tech tree, like the Mogul and the 280s, or do we not have those? I can't remember. Or are they just rebuilds of other like the ones that are already on?
I don't think they're actually on the tree, but they're pretty much rebuilds of the cookie
Seriously?
stuff. So I mean, I think that would be an easy add. God bless it. Yeah, I can't move. So I guess I'm gonna respawn and then cry.
Right.
Let me try and...
It's not working with me hosting, is what I'm hearing.
It's not great. We could do a quick reset. I mean, it's not a huge deal if we need to pause and reset. Is the let me look at what's the newest save in the changelog. And it's my save.
I've done
Did
a
you guys
decent
change
amount of
anything?
work.
Okay. Then post your save. Post your save in the changelog, and let's
Save now. Hello,
yeah.
everyone.
Hey, clown. Let's have me rehost and go from there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna see the block now.
I'm not gonna see the block, but I can't move. I literally cannot walk.
Guys, I know what I should make now. Let's make the big boy.
Dude, you've got the captive audience telling you to do it now. So, anyways.
I've been fired. Oh man. No.
Look at that. He's been killed. I'm gonna change my stream output settings to. How do I lock it to 1080p 30 FPS? How do I do that? Why am I bad at this?
Honestly, I'd play with you guys, but for some reason I have an issue where I just constantly get kicked from the game.
Okay, we will be right back, viewers. We're gonna turn off the stream real quick and restart. So, just give us 2 minutes or so. Okay,
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Am I turning off my stream too, or is it just you?
Okay, common FPS. There we go. 30. Right.
We still alive?
No.
I am live. Yes.
Well, Mikali's apparently still alive.
Well, because I already restarted once, I don't want to restart again.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I only lowered it to 7,000.
Well, Mikali's stream can get spoiled. You model the gosh darn East Broad Top 16.
Ooh, spoilers?
Not on the tree, but they contacted us about doing a collab. So that, you know, we could roll out the virtual model with the restoration of the real one. And like it's a partnership with the real railroad. So
wait, are we actually doing that?
We are actually doing that. We need someone to model the 16. That's actually a thing. They actually contacted me about doing this. Like, we actually need someone to model the 16.
Which one's 16? That is the one with
it's
Southern valve gear. No.
Right.
I'm actually not opposed. I mean, as long as I get help, if I can get help doing it, because I have never modeled Southern valve gear before.
Well, it's not rocket science.
So, Heist, don't say the password because I'm still live.
Roger.
Just FYI.
It'll be the usual password.
Wait, should we be talking about this stuff while he's streaming?
Which usual password? You have 7 usual passwords.
I'll paste it in the chat.
Wait, is that thing? Wait, is the EBT stuff we should be talking about when?
There's
Only Mickley is streaming, and he streams to 2 people, so it's fine.
3 people.
So wait, hold on. Are they gonna like provide us with like the drawings or something to make them? Or how's that gonna work?
That I don't know. We could request them.
Oh, I find it it seems like anytime I'm like, it's whenever we talk about this stuff, and I'll be like, man, I want to do this and that, and then it turns into, oh yeah, we're actually in a partnership with that railroad. I'm like, what? I just find it funny as all. Like that's actually really cool.
Just a bunch of train boys getting together, making a train game about trains.
You're
okay,
not
you're
wrong.
coming back alive again.
You know, I might just do
Oh,
that.
we're up. We're here. We're here. We promise. We're still here. Woo, woo, woo. This time on 30 FPS, and I've upped the bitrate again, so we'll see if it plays nice at 7,000. Anyway, we're my server's loading in. The gents will load in a minute. No more hush hush conversations as we were having.
Sorry about that.
So
Anyway.
is this technically episode 8?
It's episode. I'm calling it episode 6 for real. So we didn't really get very far in that other one. We learned that Mickley should not host. We also learned that the Spline update should come out sooner. Okay, server's up.
Do we got any new like public news updates on that we can talk about? Or no?
We do have a great bit of public news that I'll hopefully be able to share with everyone in a video tomorrow. We'll see. We've got a good preliminary test at Tunnels for the game.
So when are you gonna bring me on to do one of these videos? I'm kidding.
Do you want to do a video about stuff? Let's do a video about stuff. People will see it. This is fully live. Yes, hello. We are fully live on 1080p 30 now. Let me know if we're dropping frames or if it looks like crap. I'm trying to run 7,000 bitrate. It still may not work, but...
Well, if you're at 30p, that means you're already dropping half your frames, Huss.
Well, I've got a 144 frame or a 144 hertz monitor, so I'm technically always dropping like all of the frames, but you know.
You said it was EBT 16, right?
Yes, that
What?
one.
Okay,
What?
I'm not. No, I was just.
Live.
Yeah,
Leaking
it's fine.
nothing. What?
No,
It's fine. It's fine. It's
no, I
fine.
was just.
Yeah, we're dropping frames.
Used
It's
to
okay.
be
They're
high
dropping
with all the
frames.
leaks, and we got a new leaker now.
Now, see,
No,
now I have to be the one to control the leaks because it has to be news if I say it. Apparently. Anyway.
You know, I feel like you're only saying that because I told you so.
I'm just generally curious about like the locomotive. I'm not trying to like say, hey, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I doubt I'll make it or anything, but I'm
I
just
actually
curious
don't
about
know anything about it myself. I just know that's the one that they're restoring on the railroad. So,
No,
all right, I backed it down
to.
I backed down the bitrate to 5,000, and it seems to be happier now. So, apparently, 5,000 is what my internet will let me do.
Yeah, because the bitrate doesn't care about the frame rate. They're two separate things.
Well, then, the people that were in my comment section previously were just liars.
I mean, so there'll be more detail per frame, but there'll be less of those frames.
I see.
Well,
Let me know if this looks better than previous streams. If it doesn't look any better, then whatever.
You can tell it's 30. But
I'll
it looks pretty smooth. Picture's clear.
Oh, we had a handbrake on. Okay, fair enough.
Well, I'll pop out to let you guys get back to your game. Sorry if I was like intervening or anything.
You're good.
Like that.
You're good, man.
Yeah,
you can hang out all you
stuff.
want.
It's fine. We need ways to stretch the content out.
Yeah, no, you're genuinely good. If you want to hang out, Carl, by all means.
I know. I just feel like I'm like bugging you
I
guys.
genuinely
Alright,
need
I'll
a break,
let
man.
you
This
guys
train is so long.
16 cars, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's not enough room to turn this around on the Y, so I can't actually like back in and do shunting. I have to transload across.
Well, you could cut it in half. I mean, I would have advised putting the log cars on the rear next time and kicking the log cars towards the pond, and then just keep on heading on down towards the smelter. It'd be a smoother up for you.
Camp doesn't allow for that setup.
Well, that's annoying. We should put a runaround in somewhere.
Where?
I said somewhere. I didn't say
Yeah, what he
anywhere.
said, where? Go build it. Go build it, Heist.
Oh God, do you want me to?
It'll be your one contribution to track that actually gets used on a regular basis.
No, it won't get used because the trains won't make it around it.
Hey, now I'll have you know that I put out a video about railroad track today, and it was very informative. It's not helpful at all for the game because it's about real railroad track, but
And this is supposed to be reassuring?
I know things about track. I just don't know things about splines. Well, I know things about. I'm just not a patient person.
I
We
mean,
already
yeah,
knew
like,
that.
putting out video on real railroad track and saying that means you're good at track, it's like me saying I'm a log sacking aficionado because I have certificate in warehouse operations.
Fair. Will there be a drag race between the 440 with 55-inch drivers when it's implemented in the Eureka? That would be a good bit of fun, but it won't really matter because the 55-inch drivers are going to smoke the Eureka. Maybe not in a quarter mile, but over a couple miles for sure.
Nicolai, I have joined your company again.
Okay.
I'm not sure what weight of rail is modeled in the game. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look. But to my eye, it looks like it's about a 55, 60-pound rail. Just a guess. I'd have to ask one of the modelers for sure. Carl's drunk.
Oh, I'm stuck again with the not being able to move.
You can't move now?
Well, I can move. I've gotten used to it. I'm used to playing like this. You're spoiled with host privileges.
That's a thing that happens regularly for clients?
Yeah.
Do you want to go watch my stream? Like, I can move, but it's all jittery and like my sprint keeps resetting.
Oh, no, I literally couldn't move in the last episode.
I'm having no issues.
Oh, well, there you go. Lance's machinist, everything's going well. Could I tell Clown that you're proud of his effort in Railroad Trivia? Clown, you've got a supporter.
Yeah, thanks. That was obviously sarcastic.
I mean, you can only
seemed
call it an
genuine.
effort.
Tyler Owens asked 65 pound per yard or per foot. It's always per yard because freedoms per cheeseburgers is how we measure things in the States. When's the Spline Update beta being released? Your guess is better than mine. I wish I knew more. I heard from QMA midway through this week. He said he was feeling a little bit better and he'd gotten stuff implemented and he was going to work on keeping things going, and I've not heard since then. So hopefully we'll hear from him shortly, but he's a programmer type and he is the way he is. So probably won't hear from him until early next week if I was a betting man.
Nicolai, can you afford a Heisler yet?
Yeah, you could afford one at the end of last game.
I have $6,700.
Why haven't you gotten it then?
Because I've been building track.
Buy it and I'll go grab it and run it.
What if I want to run it?
I like blowing the whistle. It's a 5-chime. You could run it if you want. Hey, Emily's here. Emily, I hope you saw that I pimped the climax you sent me earlier on stream. Emily's the one that's been sending me all the pictures of the Leopoldina railway locomotives, including that climax. I think that climax is badass.
You mean the Silopagon?
Silopagon. There's a lot of Silopagons in there. A foot isn't freedom
Alright,
units.
my chat. I need help naming this Heisler.
The Heisler.
The climax is dumb. It's the least dumb climax I've ever seen.
What number is
give it
this?
some points based on that. It should be the 4, I believe.
Yep, it's number 4. Technically, the one we lost was numbered exclamation point.
All right, we're just gonna let this load so I can talk about things. Name it Silopagon or Heisler. Many people saying name it Heisler. Smudge the cat. Yes, you can get a shout out. Hello. Oh yeah, Chris, I should have specified that inside of the top face, head to head. Name it Jim Rin. Yeah, we need to get a good fitting tribute for Jim. I don't know if the hardcore map is a fitting tribute. Perhaps in the... I'm not sure how else we'll do it. Jim was good people. I'm gonna be taking a trip to Colorado in a couple weeks. Actually, I might dedicate a video to him while I'm there.
What's Colorado?
What is Colorado? It's a state. It's a place. It's a being.
Isn't it the big square state?
It pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much a square. Yeah.
And
Oh, I
yet,
wasn't referring to the
anybody
physical
else want to
landmass.
give input on the name? Specifically
Heisler?
addressing my chat. I'm ignoring your chat. I don't care what they say.
Wow. If you want to have a say in the Heisler's name, you gotta go pop over to Mickley's stream. And he hasn't even given us his link yet, so...
Oh no, you have to actually navigate YouTube and search Mickley.
You have to find the Mickley. It's almost 1 p.m. where you guys are, and we're just starting. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. over here in the United States on the West Coast. Am I going to the Nevada Steam Up also? I haven't concreted any travel plans, but I really do want to go to that Nevada Steam Up. That's going to be cool. I've never been to the Nevada Museum, and I've got friends on the Glenbrook crew, and I know some folks with the Chiggin, and yeah, I know several people involved, so it'd be cool to get to go see them and see, 10 locomotives steamed up. That'd be great.
Right, that's all that unloaded.
What are my thoughts on the 3985's restoration? That was the news of the week last week, and I could not. I was genuinely flabbergasted at the fact that that was a thing that's happening. I'm really excited. It's going to be good things. Obviously, the group in the Midwest is going to have a hell of a lot of work to do to get the 3995 or the 5511 running. They may find it easier to get the 5511 running, honestly, than the 3985, but still super cool. And what a good move by Union Pacific, though. I think it was genuinely to save face after getting their butt chewed off by the Surface Transportation Board. So that's kind of my thoughts. It'll be cool, but it's gonna take a lot of time and money. But those are good people, and they've got the know-how based on what they do with the 261. So I think they could figure it out. Yeah, 5511. I'm honestly more excited about the 5511 because I've always thought that was a cool engine, and the fact that it just sat dormant, stuck in Cheyenne, out of reach from the public unless you got a special Steam Shop tour, it was always a bummer. And having a 210-2 and an American one at that running in the States again would be brilliant, and it's such a cool-looking locomotive. I'm excited to see that. So, obviously, Challenger's cool, but 5511's cooler, if you ask me.
I just leave that to run itself up to the Y and go set the switch, I guess.
How do you do the lowercase characters, Pharma?
On the high slot, you don't.
Ah.
Lance's Machinist, I'm not familiar with the Geisel ejector. I would love it if you'd send me some documentation on it in my Discord, please. What part of Colorado will I be visiting? I'll be in Golden. I'll be with the museum for an event upcoming. and I'm gonna be armed to the teeth with cameras. I plan on filming 5 or 6 videos while I'm out there for the channel. So hopefully it'll be a bunch of good stuff that you guys will enjoy. I don't know. We do a lot of video game stuff on the channel, of course, and we do some amount of the theoretical, but it'll be cool to be able to show the hands-on stuff too. So hopefully that'll do well. Big Boy and Railroads Online. Say it one more time and we will mute you. JJ2078, where does heist come from? It comes from the bird in my profile picture. The bird in my profile picture is a hyacinth macaw. When I was very young, I thought that heist would be a cool shortening of that name, and so I did that, and I've run with it since. So, hyacinth. There you go. What surprised you is 6936. Yeah, that's fair. Virtual Refine Productions. Oh, and is that? Well, welcome. It's cool to have you on the channel. 6936. Yeah, the double D going to them is kind of surprising. I know that I know a little bit of inside baseball about that, but I probably shouldn't share that on stream. But anyway.
Chrysler has been purchased.
Beautiful.
Oh, does that mean the cookies next?
It does. We're gonna funnel money into your bank account next, I suppose.
Yay.
I mean, I still have $1 grand.
Nick, can you use your remaining funds to get some tier 2 cars? We're numbering from 5 onwards, please.
Tier 2 cars.
Hi from Facebook. I'm not sure how to say your username, but
S105,
welcome.
etc.
When's the 6936 coming to Railroads Online? Yeah. If we were to have a 4-axle truck diesel locomotive in Railroads Online, it would be one of those cursed meter gauge converted SD40s. But don't ask for that either. It's not happening.
Sorry, Pharma. Five what?
S105 onwards, so S106, S107 for stake flats, HP, ampersand S.
How many do you
We've been
want?
Streaming.
As many as you can afford, honestly.
S105, S106.
We have been streaming for 17 minutes this section. We had a brief, maybe 15-minute attempt earlier that did not go very well. All right, let's put the spat up here. 43, there it goes.
All right, well, that's it on the money.
No Polar Express in Railroad. What flavor of cookie is the cookie? Is grease flavored an option? The BB40-2. Yeah, they're neat. They're neat. Is the game staying steam engine only? No, we'll have diesels and gas engines at some point of various flavors. Their tech trees will be coming after the freight car tech tree, which Armagon is theoretically close on, so...
Ooh, Climax, you arrived faster than I was expecting. Slow down. I'd begun loading the Betsy flats with some lumber and beams, thinking, you know, I'll get that loaded and I'll drag that up with me because we've got the power.
Virtual Refan Productions. Yeah, I've seen some of your railwork stuff. It's cool. It's cool to see here. But yeah, someday in Railroads Online would be great. It'd be fun to do a collab. When will turntables be better? After the Spline update. They'll have their own separate update. Do you think they will let the 3985 run on UP's rail because they might have said to rebuild it to their spec? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because I know for a fact from Ed Dickens himself that they purchased extra spare parts for the 3985 as they're buying new parts for the 4014. I don't know if those parts are being held as spares for 4014 now, or if they're going with the 3985. But if they are going, I wouldn't be surprised if they asked the 3985 to be restored to their spec. Anyways, Pharma, I'm all ready to go at the iron mine. What's your location? I'm in the hole still. I could wait for you, or I could head down the railroad.
No, you can begin heading down. I'm just finagling stuff down at the bottom, trying to, actually pull up far enough to set switches.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to head down from the iron mine, and I'm occupying track to the sawmill, and I will be ultimately heading to the smelter with 6 loads for the smelter. I am not deep in the UP Heritage Department. I've met and I know Ed Dickens, and I'm quite good friends with a former employee or two of the UP Heritage Department. So I can't say that I'm in deep with them or that I know their inner workings, but I know a little thing. I know a little, and baby, I can guess the rest. Been asking on the Vauclin compounds and how that would work in the game. The Vauclin compounds we'll try and simulate them like the real thing, where they're more efficient but more maintenance. Cheers, digital grid music. Yeah, passing siding between the iron mine and the sawmill would be nice, but they'll hate me if I try to put track in.
More
I
like
guess I could
we'll
try hard.
have to replace the track.
You have a try-hard mode?
I don't think it would be perfect still. It wouldn't come up to your guys' standard even if I tried hard.
It'd be good enough that Clown will look at it and go, yeah, I'm replacing that.
Pretty much. Let's see. I've never been to Nebraska actually, so I couldn't tell you about Omaha. Day and night cycle, yes. Decorative buildings, yes. RGS #1 motor car, yes, all the geese have been considered. 5511 being allowed on UP. Well, they run the big boys slow anyways. It's not like they run any of these special trains at high speed anymore, so I don't see why speed would be a problem. Is there going to be snow you can plow with the trains? I hope so. It's kind of challenging to implement, but we've got people that think they know how to do it, and we've got a kind of behind-the-scenes team for pitching things to QMA now with Tristan, so... Has UP rescinded their no foreign steam policy? I don't know. Yes, maintenance will be coming in some way, yeah.
I really hope it's just the dollar value that gets deducted every X amount of in-game time.
Rather than having to park stuff in a roundhouse for a bit.
I mean, I guess like for the trains itself it's fun, but I really don't want to have to do like actual train maintenance anyway.
I don't think anyone wants to do track maintenance. No, I 100% agree. I don't want to have us do track maintenance. I think the track maintenance being interactive would just be tedium, just absolute tedium for the sake of nothing. There would be no gain to having that.
There is an easy way to do that, and that's just you have a dedicated maintenance train, and every 30 hours or so of gameplay, it's got to pass over that particular piece of track to keep it at 100%.
You could do that.
So you just got to drive a train over it.
You could do that. A lot of players may still find that frustrating, so maybe we'll have modes between something like that as a most realistic case, and then Pharma's mode where it's just a flat cost based on how much track you have, and then a third mode where you don't even consider it, because that's the one thing that's annoying about a railroad is dealing with the entire railroad, right? So
speaking from personal experience, I find myself doing track maintenance anyways because I started out laying bad track. So, like, there's always something that could be made better, or something I didn't quite plan for. And as such, I find it has already been simulated in my particular style of gameplay.
Colin Mills, BNSF does not, BNSF nor UP own the 4449. The 4449 is owned by the Oregon Railroad, the Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation, or ORHF? Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation. Yes, that one. And it's not owned by either of those railroads. And it'll occasionally do bits on either railroad, but yeah, it hasn't in a minute. Anyways, Pharma, I am clear, heading towards the smelter now. I see you over there.
Here's a fun question. Have any sort of increases to sprint speed been talked about?
Someone asked this to me earlier. They said that they wish the walk speed could become the sprint speed, and I just simply replied to them that we've already done that twice.
Really?
Yeah, we've already done that twice. We did it once pre-game launch, and then we did it once after the game launch. So obviously it doesn't
Sounds
seem
like
like
you
twice
just
for
need to
anyone,
get rid
but
of sprinting and just make like sprinting the default while you move around and have a move slow button.
that's not a bad idea, inverting it, and you could certainly do that with your keybinds already in the game if you want to. But
Because, you know, then at least like pressing shift to move other things slowly would line up with you pressing shift to move your character slowly.
well, I have a feeling that the move speed issue will become a little bit easier when we get fast travel implemented as well.
Anyway, I've never measured this out. Let's go see how close I am to the end of truck with the 16 car consist after unloading all the wood.
There you go. Will there be paid DLC trains that are not unlockable? We're not planning for that. Wrecker trains. Yeah, there'll probably be a Derek.
Loads of space.
The NDM 365. I'm not sure what the 365 is. You'd have to tell me what class of locomotive it is. Yeah, a lot of people buying W to sprint so you don't have to hold shift. That's a smart move.
I am one of those people.
What engine would replace the inferior Eureka? The Eureka new model. We're remodeling the Eureka right now, actually. So.
Yeah, but see, binding sprint to W then means like I can't walk forward slowly.
That's true. You're actually right. There's not actually a move slow. That's actually a decent feature suggestion. I'll pass it on to the boss. What's
So
my
there's only
favorite?
so much you can do waggling the mouse. Sometimes you only want to move on a particular axis, and movement is a best way to do that.
Fair enough. What's my favorite Thomas and Friends engine? I can't say I've watched Thomas and Friends since I was single digits of age, but I always thought James was quite nice when I was younger. So I don't know why. Probably because it was red and striking, but.
Well, you know, if you paint it
Also,
red,
he
you
tried
go
to
like
follow,
10%
like,
faster.
The entirety of that section in the book, and then he just immediately went back to being green.
What
I
makes
swear I
the
remember that being like a plot inconsistency where he's like super proud of getting like his red paint job back as a reward for a job well done, and then in the very next book he's back to being green.
I couldn't tell you. I genuinely don't remember. What makes the hard industry setting hard? It just makes you run more trains, which is more money. Well, yeah, it makes you run more trains for inputs for the higher scale commodities, right? So if you're running medium or easy, you can get more money faster by doing, higher value cargo sooner. James was never green, someone says. You're getting schooled. Which you
Sounds like
guys,
someone's only ever watched the Model Railway series.
ooh, you're reading the book. Were there books?
There were books.
It was a book first.
I genuinely didn't know. I know nothing about Thomas the Tank Engine. So
This is like the British equivalent of actually, if you read the manga.
that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I didn't know anything about it, and I'll be honest, I never bothered to research into it because I was bullied in grade school for liking trains, and everyone just said that I liked Thomas and was a little nerd, so I never really looked into it because it was a bit of a trigger for me. But anyway, wasn't my thing.
Acceptable.
But I definitely enjoyed it when I was a kid, right? But I think it was a point of contention, like, oh, well, everyone liked Thomas when they were a kid, and you're not a kid anymore. Why do you still like Thomas? Well, I don't like Thomas. I like 346, asshole.
Language.
Well, hey, we made it 30 minutes in. It's fine.
Yeah, in Heist made the poll, 75% said curse like a sailor.
It's true. Most people wanted to see cursing, although there were a couple people that were more outspoken. I think the minority that doesn't like swearing is a bit more into it than the majority that doesn't care. I think is kind of the vibe. So I think it's good to try and limit it. But if it's genuine and it comes out, then go for it. That's kind of where I'm at.
That means I will have to come to bargain at a later stage on how many C words I'm allowed per stream.
C words are probably gonna have to be 0.
Agreed.
Just because the United States is not into it. Anyways, I forgot to join anyone's company, so I now have $1,600. Sorry about that.
Whoops.
Oopsie. Anyway, I can buy some more flat cars if we'd like them.
It's probably fine.
Sipping Cruises, yes, you can message me on Discord. My my Discord username is Heist5069.
Big spline warning.
Oh, there it is. Quite the jump. Ashley Taylor is in chat, and I just have to ask.
You booted me.
Ashley,
Booted me.
what are your dogs' names? Confirm for me.
I've been booted. Clown, you might have just caused some derailments.
Yeah, Clown, it sounds like you booted everyone from the server. No, Pharma, I guess unless you just rejoined Pharma, everyone else disappeared.
I got
I
booted.
just rejoined.
I'm rejoining
It was a
now.
full
joining
spawn.
in the west.
Okay, so I saved just before that crash, so we could reload if it's an issue, I suppose.
You crashed?
I don't
I
think
didn't-
it'll
I
be
didn't-
an issue.
I didn't
think,
crash, no. Sorry,
I-
before everyone got kicked.
I think it's just going to be like some cars have been derailed because I was moving towards a switch that hadn't been set yet. I was in the process of setting it.
Gotcha. All right, Ashley Taylor says they don't have any dogs. Okay, not the Ashley Taylor I know. Never mind. Christina
Clown
Hart-
too.
Christina Hartley, I don't know what the NDM 365 is. You got to tell me what it is. Pure Marquette Berkshire is standard gauge, therefore not there. Oh boy, the bots. Yay, sexy times. Get them out of here.
Where's Auto?
Working on it.
Thanks, Clown.
That was Mickley.
Well, Clown got the first one that I saw, but anyways.
Thanks,
I don't
Clown.
know
You're doing
more.
such a good job moderating the chat.
Need to add Clown to the derail counter for causing a large lag spike. It wouldn't be a derail counter, it would be users kicked by Clown's track laying.
No,
Which
two
would
cars
be-
are in the dirt because he kicked me before I could set my switch.
Ooh, what do we think, viewers?
Derailing by not derailing.
You caused the derail. You were the human factor that caused this incident.
No, I think the factor was your internet.
My
I think
internet.
the factor was you laying a
computer-
line with all of 2 seconds of warning and kicking everyone from the game.
Man, we're 50-50. We're 50-50 in here.
My chat is still questioning whether or not they go to Clown or not.
He needs to be on the board.
That's okay. I'll just lay short 4-piece segments every time now. I'll make the whole server lag.
Give some players some warning before you actually do it, like a couple seconds of warning instead of just going like, "Hey, I'm doing this now, lol."
Yeah, I think you can. It's good if you lay the full length splines. Just give us a long enough heads up to stop. Give us a good 10 seconds.
Only if it's a full-length spline, though. Nobody's ever
I
gotten
won't-
desync from anything other than that, so...
I won't give Clown minus points for the spline on the derail counter. I will, however, say that due to his negligence, we booted players, so I will give a clown booted players counter on the counter of counters.
Does booting himself count towards that?
Yes, he is a player.
He is a player indeed.
So that's three
No,
clown booted players?
no laughs.
No, I was typing.
I
In the
haven't been a
words of
player for at
Adam's
least
artwork,
35
this
years.
is unfair.
I haven't been a player for at least 35 years.
How can they put him on the scoreboard but say it's not at the derailment?
He's on the scoreboard. It's not a derailment. Can we have a counter that says how many counters we have? Sure.
At this point, we're
It was
just
a
filling up
derailment,
the
though.
screen with
Two
text.
cars are in the dirt and I had to reroute
Well,
them.
do you want to be counted on that derail, Pharma? Because it was your consist.
Well, so
His fault.
what
Your
are how are we
consist.
determining the derails? Are we
I vote-
determining them
I vote we
by
keep-
FRA rule?
I vote we keep Clown's score for having booted players and not increase Pharma's derail count.
But increase the
Nice, you're
total.
not clear. You
Yes,
voted
increase the total.
Okay, I agree with that.
But since it's joint responsibility, nobody gets blamed.
Safety culture.
It's not joint responsibility. I was going to get the switch, and then I got disconnected from the game. If he waited before changing the spline, I could have set my switch, or said, hey, don't confirm that spline just yet. I need to set a switch.
Just for my chat, that is the intention. Because
Safety
see,
third.
the more counters Heist has on his screen, the less screen space there is for game, and that means I get more viewers.
I don't know how that works out for you, but anyway,
Oh, you can always drop the font size.
I have several times, so we've messed with it a bunch.
Okay, everyone, are we right for a spline?
Is it a full length one?
Yes.
It's about a third length one.
And you don't need to warn.
I felt it, but it wasn't that bad. Oh no, Christ. Oh wait, never mind. Don't mind Heist being dumb. I was like, oh no, I can't climb up this grade, and I had the brake on still. Total not good things
That's
counter.
twice today, that.
It is twice today.
Heist,
isn't it?
Heist needs a counter for tried to climb a grade with the brakes on.
Ice also needs a counter for immediately sets the reg to 100% in the climax.
Oof. He watched the last stream, folks. He was butthurt.
I watched the last stream and saw nobody got in the climax.
Nobody wants to drive that thing.
It's slow.
It's the fastest downhill.
It is the fastest downhill, which
and
is
all
kind of
set
hilarious.
up to go downhill with 16 cars. You don't even need to use the brake on that run.
Speed first, tonnage second, safety third. I like it. That could be an ES&D moment.
I thought this was the HP&S? Excuse you?
Oh, sorry. This is the HP&S. This is the
And I'm pretty sure
subsidiary
it was
railroad.
also tonnage and speed.
All right, I'm following you up the hill. I'm now going to see the fun game of, will I get to the iron mine before I have to go piss or not? Be right back.
So who's gone to go get the high slow and start bring that over for all the flats?
No clue.
Nobody.
I am working on bridge things because I'm determined to have a steel bridge here Mostly because there's a corner, and I don't want to have a 50-degree corner on the oil run.
We need more workers.
No, don't say that. Chat's gonna want to hop in here.
I'm
We
back.
all know what they do. We saw the 16-player
We
stream.
have enough
Oh.
people for one person per train. It's just two people would rather spend time laying track instead of running trains.
I got
You'll
told
thank me
build,
later.
build to the coal mine. I got sent on mission. Oh, I think I see why we had a disconnect. There's overlength sections.
Oh. You've created more blocks, have you?
No, I didn't quite get it that long. That's 2 inches too long. I got it only 1 inch too long.
He has the ghost truck.
I have the ghost track.
I'm gonna build an entire railway out of tracks exactly that long, and then tell my friends to run on it.
It does strange things for clients when you try and run a train on that track.
I know.
It bounces
That's
up and
the
down
plan.
everywhere. Up. There's a second ghost segment.
I'm glad that folks are telling me to check my fuel when I've got about half in the firebox. How forgetful is he? Give him advanced warning.
So I actually
It'd be
know a
just
guy.
interesting
If
goals
we
to
did,
flame out
if we did
in
want
live
another
stream
person,
in like memoriam of me not being there.
as I was saying, I do actually know a guy. If we wanted another person, they're fairly decent at laying track.
If they're a good-
I haven't seen them in ages, and they just popped into my stream, and it's like, yo, it's like
if they're cool, if
it's
they're
like
cool
finding
people
another
and they're,
guy. It's
if
finding.
they're
Sorry.
if they're cool people, if they're nice, if they can keep secrets and all that fun stuff, sure, bring them in.
All right, you heard the man. I gotta wait like 20 seconds for a response, but
Yes, the fuel literally says 30, not 50. It's not a percentage. It's the total amount. The Eureka's fuel only goes up to 70, I think. It's kind of stupid. Don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. Yeah, my POV is a lot of running iron ore coal trains right now. This grade is a 2.5%, 2 3/4 from sawmill to iron ore.
2.5.
2.5. The
All the
grade
way
up,
from smelter to iron mine.
the one up top is a 6%. So
Yeah, the one up top had to be crazy. That is just, it's a long way up in the air, that logging camp.
yep. This bit of track, it's so windy. It would be nice to have a passing track, but putting the passing track in would be a challenge.
Oh,
Go
I
get-
never actually hooked the Betsy up to the climax lol.
Go get the new engine. I said I would, but it looks like it might be at the iron ore mine already. Nick, did you bring the Heisler over?
no, I'm
No one's
playing
touched it, it's still
bridge.
at spawn.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll park the Eureka at iron mine, and I'll go fire up the Heisler then. Will we add early American armored vehicles? No, we will not add tanks. Can you get a copy of this map without track? Yes, it's available at Sheridan's website. Check the third-party tools channel in the Railroads Online Discord.
No, Heist, this is when you need to brag about your own Discord and point out that the map is also uploaded there.
Yes, I didn't know that. The map is also uploaded on my Discord.
It's in noteworthy saves, that's what the channel's there for.
It is. Pharma, I'm pretty sure... No, I guess I'm on flat here, aren't I? Partially on flat, okay. I am stopped just out of the foul on the line up from the sawmill. I don't know if you're able to pull
Just-
forward or what.
I was dropping off some logging cards because I don't want these with me. I'm going to be running Corwood for a bit.
Okay. So will I presumably be able to pull out of the way into one of the sidings or something at the iron mine? Or should I wait here till you're done?
Just give me one moment.
Sure. Do what you got to do. I'll answer questions. Multi-track drifting. Multi-track drifting is kind of possible. Not really, but maybe kind of. But, yeah. Oh, shoot. This is
Alright.
the aforementioned person you meant, Mick?
Yeah, so, you know my coal mine bridge?
Yeah.
He's the guy who actually laid the track on that. So I built most of the foundation work, and then he polished it up, and it just looks amazing, and I haven't changed it since. So,
Oh,
like,
cool.
half of the coal mine line, especially into the valley, on both of those big bridges, and the Horseshoe Bridge and the Sky Bridge, as Clown calls it, were laid by this guy.
Well, cool. Please tell me how to say your username because
Yeah, I knew that was coming eventually because nobody could ever seem to get it right. It's pronounced ditchas.
ditches. Okay.
I've been
Yeah, it was
saying
not.
it wrong this whole
was not-
time.
My brain went two other different directions with that, and I didn't like either of them. So good. Yeah. No. Welcome. I know I answered a question of yours on Facebook, and I saw you
Yes.
in the stream. So welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, so at East Broadtop M2 confirmed when.
Eventually. Hopefully.
Eventually.
Yeah.
So-
The gas and diesel stuff will be pretty far down the road.
That is
yeah.
a good point. East Broadtop was mentioned, and he just magically appeared because he was summoned by the East Broadtop.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Actually, I play this game with some frequency with another guy. I think you guys know, Angry Ragtime, and he
Oh,
runs he runs a server here on Rare Earths Online that's just called East Broadtop, and
It's
so
very fun.
yeah, no, he works full time for them, so it's always interesting to hear little tidbits of what's going.
It's always fun to get those from the people that are there. Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm ready to put in a big spline, so when everyone says yes, okay, I'll do it.
I'm good.
Yes, okay.
Good.
All right, so I'm guessing I need to find. Do I need to download anything to get on, or?
No, you should just need to have some information.
I gave the
presume you don't.
info.
He shot you the stuff in a DM. So
It's not in the DM, it's in the Hee Secrets one.
he secrets. Take a look at the he secrets.
Yes.
Yeah, the one where I pinged you in, that's the information you need. Obviously, don't leak it or you're banned.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
I
Trying to.
don't know. Would we ban someone
I mean,
if we
banning
brought them
means
in and they
you're
leaked
banned,
the stuff?
Like
It-
physically,
it's-
you're playing instruments.
It depends. It depends. You know, it's all about all the thing.
I mean, if I were to join a band, there's only one band in the world I'd join, and I'd probably try to join Rush's Earth's replacement.
As Neil Peart's your replacement,
Yeah.
you best them's fighting words. You best be a god on the drums.
I actually haven't played drums in about 10 years, but the best way I can explain it was I kind of Marty McFly'd myself. I got into an accident and screwed up my wrist, so I
Oh
couldn't play.
no!
Yeah. But back before that, I used to play drums, bass, and guitar. So,
Are you familiar at all with my work with the soundtrack or my music stuff?
I watched a couple of the videos on your channel, so yeah, I do have, insight.
Okay. So I can't flex and show my drum kit right now. Got it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm just trying to. Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
It's not showing up on my end as working, so I don't know if it's working or if it is aimed anywhere in the right spot. But there you go.
Yeah, no, it's just loading on my end.
Okay, cool. Same. It's probably because I've got OBS taking captive effort of it anyway. But yeah.
I mean, it's actually been a while since I played this game, because the last time I played, you guys still hadn't updated the whistle to the Heisler yet. I played with Angry a couple days ago, and I heard that, and I was like, wait, what locomotive is that? He's
Okay,
like-
Hubris Inc. says it's pronounced Pearty, not Pearty. And I swear to God, I watched a Rush documentary where they made it a point that it was Pearty, because I always said Neil Peart. And I
Yeah.
always have since heard Neil Peart, not Peart. What's the right pronunciation? Anyone? Anyone know?
Neil Purdy.
Purdy.
Clown, are
don't
you
be mean to poor
deleting
Neil.
stuff?
Neil Purdy.
I
Purdy.
am.
That would explain the jumpiness.
Yeah, we're getting jumpies.
I haven't joined yet. I started up the
That
game and
wasn't
completely
me.
forgot to.
Neil, I was calling him Purdy.
Yeah, no, I started up the game and then realized I completely forgot to switch it down. Region.
Oh, that'll do it. Anyway, if you pull up stream, I can show stuff on stream. Oh God, it's Heist live in camera. Bam. I'm in the way of my own drum kit, but it's not a Neil Peart kit. It's very much a John Bonham drum kit. Except I outdid him on the sizes of the toms and the bass drum, but I love the shit out of it. So,
Language.
oh, we're far enough in. It's fine.
Yeah, we're all adults here.
Yeah, I'm gonna earn myself
then-
Captain
Stream
America.
says swear. You're in the minority here, Mickley. It's on you
That's
to
true.
like censor us if we're being naughty.
That is true. I am the only one of us that does not swear. Actually, does Tristan swear? I can't immediately recall him swearing.
But yeah, that's
I-
not a bad drum setup.
I don't know if I've heard Tristan swear either, and thank you. Time frame for when the SLO map will be finished. No, there's no time frame. Many monitors? Yeah, I've got 4. That is a big kick drum. Yeah, it's 28 inches in diameter. It's huge. It's not often you see it. Thank you for throwing the switch for me.
Woo woo.
I guess you're just letting the climax run on its own. You'll catch it at the top of the hill, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I still have a porta to unload over there.
You can still run extended, and as long as you're within loading distance of the locomotive, you can still control it.
That's neat. I felt bad. Fabian literally sent me the download of the newest one for Where It's All Extended this morning, and I didn't have time to get it going before the stream because I was at a wedding today.
Oh yeah, I was dealing with the downloading the new one, and it's kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Compared to the old one, it like looks way more professional now.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun. Lon says thank you. If people are jealous of my beard, it took me a long time to be able to have a beard in general, so don't like feel terribly jealous about it. Hang on, I need to park this. I need to put this thing in the hole so I can go get the Heistler.
Yeah, no, but it
Put it in
it-
front of the loading thing. There's nothing running that way currently.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, Heist. No, it's actually quite an interesting story because I actually got into the band Rush in probably the most backward you could possibly imagine.
Let's hear it. Tell me.
So back when I was, playing instruments, I hadn't discovered Rush yet. Actually, I only discovered them in like 2016, 2017. So
Relatively recent, yeah. Okay.
yeah, so I am actually a massive aviation buff. I love everything to do with aviation.
Okay.
And so I was always big into playing flight simulators and stuff like that. And so one of my fellow flight simulator friends actually turned me onto the band Rush because of their song YYZ, which, if you don't know the story behind that, they got the inspiration.
It's from the airport name.
It's not just from the airport name. The airport designation is CYYZ, which gives the song title. But when they were flying in, so when pilots fly in, they tune into a frequency that will start beeping at them when they're aligned with the runway. And the beep code to that was the opening riff of their song YYZ. So that's actually how I
Oh
ended up.
my God,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The
The-
rhythm of the ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Like,
Sorry,
even Getty.
webcam's coming back on. I've got the biggest dumb, stupid smile about that right now.
But
I've always wanted that time signature was so screwed.
yeah,
I've always
it's
wondered where the hell that came from. I had no idea that was another play into the airport. That's amazing.
yeah. No, Getty Lee actually at one point during a documentary, actually when they were talking about that song, actually brought it up. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Rush are my favorite nerds. I'm not the biggest Rush fan. I think Rush is great. Obviously some brilliant musicians. I listen to their hits. I'm a bad kid, but I love them as people and as a band. I mean, just supremely awesome. That's so cool.
I'd have to say my favorite song of theirs would probably be "Early Distant Warning." So,
Yeah, definitely. Early Distant Warning. That's an excellent song.
I don't know if I've heard that
That's
one,
from
or I don't know
from
by
my
title.
era. That's a song from my era.
What album's that on?
God, I can't remember.
Whistle Boy. well named, Mick.
Yeah, no, wise guy. Tom Sawyer is definitely a good hit that they.
Tom Sawyer's cool. I like Limelight the best if I had to pick one. I
Yeah.
think, or YYZ. Red Barchetta is really good. I love moving pictures.
Oh my God,
I love
Red
all the moving
Barchetta is-
pictures, but yeah. Anyways,
Um,
somebody asked me if I did model railroading, and I'll just aim that underneath my guitars real quick. And I didn't make that model railroad actually. A very good friend of my grandfather's did, and his layout got tore up, I guess, and this is the last segment that existed, and they offered it to me because it's SN3, and they wanted it to go to someone who would appreciate it. So they said, "Hey, would you like it?" And I said, "Yeah." So that's the start to my someday SN3 empire, perhaps, providing that I can ever afford real estate large enough to actually have a railroad. But you know.
I like how zipping cruises as being a wise guy in chat. He's like, you always say no big boy, but nothing about Challenger. No zipping. No.
No, in the denied ideas, there is
Okay.
anything that's not 3-foot narrow gauge, and we've been cheeky and we've accepted some amount of like meter gauge, but meter gauge is really close, and we needed to fill some thematic gaps in the game. So anyway.
Oh no, the best part
Like
is
engines that go fast.
yeah. You uploaded a video on April Fool's Day.
God,
Where you-
yes, I'm aware.
I
And it killed several humans.
I know. No, I got about 15 people to actually fall for it, and it was great.
I had to put April Fools in the title, and then people still didn't believe it. Anyways,
Alright, so,
could you
Mickley, where are you?
Could you?
I
guess I
am
could go get these.
I am
What am I
between
doing here?
I am
Oh, that's the
between the
dynamo
refinery
handbell.
and the coal mine.
Are you bringing the cars too, or just the locomotive?
I'll bring the cars too.
So-
Are they still roughly? Because like I don't know where if we're playing with the industries move.
Industries moved. Yeah, let me send you an old minis work link. I think it's my save 8. I'll check it real quick.
I don't even think I have the extended on my.
Oh no, don't worry about extended.
Oh God, yeah.
Let's see. I think it was save 8 because I saved over a couple of them. Nope, save 8 is not it.
Save 7 is the one you just uploaded.
No, that was
Yeah, save
that was
7
my
would be the one.
personal map. It's save 9.
Save 7 was the one that you just sent me. That is this version of the hardcore map. Unless you haven't uploaded it to Miniswork under your save 7. But
Save 7,
that's
I'm
another
pretty
thing.
sure I loaded over. I'll check.
You may have loaded it over.
Yeah, I did.
SM3 is a tricky scale to get stuff for. Yes, it is. But I have 4 locomotives and some amount of cars. But
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of best scale.
Mickley,
So.
Mickley, I still have extended on. So if you just want to shoot me the URL.
I'm not hosting, so I can't.
Okay.
And Heist isn't running it. I'll send the Miniswork link over to chat as well in case you guys want to go look at that. That's the layout of the map. It's not downloadable because we're not making it available for download yet. We might make it available for download once we finish track building, question mark.
Yeah, maybe when we finish, sure. I
Kind
think
of up
while
to
we're in
boss, man.
progress, while we're in progress, I don't want to release it. But maybe when it's finished, sure.
Why not?
No, I don't see any reason not to.
But Midland, you were saying about the EBT being a summoning call. Were you talking about me? I just want to
Yes.
make sure. Okay. Yeah, no, it is really quite funny because like Angry doesn't. I don't think he really like fully understands my obsession with the EBT because like I've told him like I love this railroad, but I've never been there. Like I've never seen it in person. I read it about it in a magazine back in like 2005. It just became enamored with it.
Hey, can I spoil something for you real quick on stream? But I'll mute my mic so they can't hear it and they can just hear your reaction. But you
What?
can't.
thing
You
that-
can't say what it is.
The thing that already got spoiled.
But it didn't get spoiled to the 251 people that are watching now. Only to the 4 that were on your stream.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna mute my mic to the stream output so they won't get to hear this. But Mickey's stream will, and so will our lovely new addition here. You've aligned a switch against me. Oh, never mind. It rendered weird.
No,
Hang on.
I haven't touched the Switch.
Okay, my mic is off for the stream. We're partnering with East Broad Top to model the 16 so that we can have the 16 roll out in-game at the same time as the real restoration of the real 16 for it to be in service. They literally
You're kidding!
contacted me directly about this. And they specifically asked about doing some videos on YouTube, not about Railroads Online stuff, which was kind of fun. But yeah, we talked about it and they want to do that. So
That is
Anyway.
absolutely outstanding.
that's kind of fun. Anyway, I'm gonna turn my mic back on now.
My viewer count went up to a whole 15.
Well, some people sounds like they jumped ship to go see Mickey's stream to hear the announcement. Don't spoil it to anyone too much, but because we're trying to keep it somewhat cheeky and secret. But
So
May need my derailment counter updated by 9. I still haven't found my climax.
What do you mean?
So just real quick, Mickley, what am I looking for here on the map as a reference?
The steel bridge works. I suppose that one doesn't actually have the steel bridge works. It's a bunch of groundwork in between the refinery and the coal mine. That's where I'm at. So like if you run up.
So are you talking about the like area up in the valley? Or...
I'm like at the bottom of the hill that the logging camp is on.
It's not telling me what any of the industries are on the map, so it's
How
making it really hard.
how about you hop on the train and we'll just go run there because I'm ready and I've got all my cars.
Next to the iron mine.
You're coming to the refinery?
I am running to places where I've got hand cars, so you're blowing my own whistle for me. How nice of you.
Why hand cars?
What?
We didn't buy a hand car yet.
Who needs hand cars?
I
Wherever
said
we need
something
cars at, not
hand
hand cars.
cars.
No.
I am
Anyway.
confused.
I didn't hear Hi say something. He said a lot of words and they were all in English.
I could have sworn he said we're gonna go get some hand cars.
I didn't think I said that.
Never mind then. I must
Anyway.
be weird.
Well, we can confirm that. What do I think
Well,
of
that's what
mirror
I
gauge?
heard.
Has
what you said.
auditory hallucinations about hand cars plus 1 count.
Well, that sounds
No,
about right.
Clown heard it too. He just
I
said he
heard
heard
you
it
say
too.
hand cars as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if I said hand cars. I was monologuing.
Chat, did he say
'Cause
hand
you
cars?
might have-
Yes or no?
You might have thought your brain said steak cars, but yeah, you said hand cars.
I wouldn't be surprised. It was the wrong kind of meat. got some
Somebody
beef.
clip
I've
it.
already said flat cars.
I've been told. Somebody said he totally said hand cars. So yeah, guilty. Guilty is charged. I don't know what I'm saying. Everyone is saying yes. Okay.
Yeah, no, but
So I'm not crazy. Whew.
Check the VOD.
But Heist, I actually have to say, I thought I knew a lot about trains until I watched your Jeopardy
Oh,
video.
no.
By the way, but I was actually so proud of myself when I was sitting there watching the video. It's like, that's a hydrostatic lubricator.
Good. I'm glad that you knew that. There's so many
Oh.
people who have no idea what some of those things are, and that was the hydrostatic lubricator condenser valve was like a total, like I'm trying to get you to teach you something question. I was not expecting
Yeah.
anyone to get that.
No,
Um,
the
but-
only reason why I knew what that was is because back when I used to play Train Simulator a lot, the add-on for the consolidation came out, and that was like one of the first locomotives that came out that had like the advanced driving model on it.
Is it Smoke
so-
Box this 280?
Yes, and so I ended up going and watching the tutorial, and he's like showing what everything is, and he called it the hydrostatic lubricator. So I was like, hey, I know what that is.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
Found
they're
my climax. It wasn't derailed.
very nice. How about the cars behind it?
Hand valve, because that's what the game calls
Everything's
it.
here. It's just decided to stall on the hill. I wonder why.
Interesting. Hand valve. Clan, you killed me. Hand valve was so gosh
I
darn
know
funny.
that I was
That
dying.
was so
All I
funny.
know
And
what it is. What is it? Hand valve.
it just got me in this too, because the valves in the oh Jesus, why is there a switch there? Anyway, the valves in the cab and the cab models don't make sense to the modern day turrets at all right now in game, and so I opened the wrong hand valve and assumed it was the hand valve, but I forgot that the Heisler has a hydrostatic, or not a hydrostatic, it has a dynamo and the air compressor, so I popped the dynamo valve open. So, oops.
So if I was watching correctly, I peaked at about 31 viewers for that particular announcement.
That's funny. Sounds about right.
I found out why we were stalled on the hill because I only set the reg to 60% and we had 3 cars with brakes on.
That would do it.
I mean,
So-
listen, here's the thing. If East Broadtop M2 does end up coming to the game, there's just going to need to be a special feature just for it.
To
Where
explode randomly.
No, just to have it constantly break down.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to do
It
it,
has
do
to
it, do it
explode.
just... I mean, yeah, I guess you could blow the head gasket or whatever, but no, so for those of you that don't know the story behind East Broadtop M2, the East Broadtop acquired it in 1927 alongside while they were building M1 because they wanted to try and like compound upon like the success that M1 was having, and they bought it from the Eastern Tennessee Railway. And when they got it to the East Broadtop shops, they completely rebuilt it. But the amazing thing about this is it wasn't the first time that it had been rebuilt. The Eastern Tennessee Western had actually built this by modifying a trolley car and giving it a mechanical drive, which was basically the entire reason why it was such a miserable failure. Because the East Broadtop, it actually broke down on like its first like test run out in the main line. So they're like, all right, we're just gonna shove this off on the Shade Gap branch where the biggest grade is like 0.2, and it just constantly broke down over and over again while on like no grade. So after like I think it was a little bit less than a year, they scrapped it.
So, not to derail your story, but as we were coming there with the Heisler and the 4 cars,
Yeah.
I was about to curse out somebody for laying this track like crap when we started skiing, where all of the wheels on the outside rail were the only wheels on the ground, while the rest of them were flying in the air.
I was watching that on stream.
And then I realized that I laid that track. So,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Well, I have some bad
No,
news
that's
for
just a high
everyone.
stopping.
I'm at the end of a spline, and I need to end the spline. And when everyone says "Yay, I'm ready," I'm going to right click.
I mean,
I'm
me and Heist
saving
are not-
now, and I am parked, so go.
Oh no.
Just out of curiosity, Heist, did you guys fix the issue with I don't know if it had been brought up in your bugs thing, but there's a thing with saving while you're on a locomotive.
Oh yeah,
Or there was?
that is not fixed. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I just wanted-
technically,
all
that's an
of-
issue with
all
the
of-
autosave and not the actual game.
Oh, that specific one. Oh,
yeah,
oh,
because how I ended up noticing it is I was playing on a server with some other YouTubers like a year
Here it
back,
comes.
and
We're ready,
And-
clown.
we ready. We saved the game while we were on the locomotives, but the next time I joined in, I wouldn't get anything but a black screen because I guess it's almost like it was looking for my character position at an elevation that didn't exist, so it wouldn't actually like put me anywhere. So we actually ended up having to roll back a save to where I wasn't on a locomotive to get the feed.
You can fix that if you use the rows editing tool. You can go in and tell your player model, basically your data that's stored, to spawn to one of the locations, and that will correct it.
Okay. I've got
So,
a
in
couple
unrelated news, I'm gonna like cop up this. I'm not sure what happened, but
Oh.
I've derailed on Clown Track, and I was doing nothing except shoving cars up a hill.
It wasn't when I right-clicked.
I
I
honestly
was
wasn't
before
paying
you right-clicked,
attention,
and I
didn't
just, like,
even
tapped
feel
in
it.
to look at it to like make sure that I wasn't approaching a switch point or anything. I've just seen everything derail, and then the conversation was flowing for a bit. But yeah, some cars have derailed, and I'm not sure what happened because I was just shoving them up the hill at climax speed.
Do I Heist? Do I even want to ask what I'm looking at right now at the iron ore mine?
You clearly haven't seen the stream before.
No, I haven't seen the iron mine on your stream.
There's
yet.
the caboose is in a cage because Pharma put it there, but we have more pressing questions to answer. Pharma, how many cars is it on the ground? We'll add it to the total for the episode. If it is a debate between Clown and Pharma over who owns the derails, that's another thing. But how many cars? 5 are on the ground? Lordy. So 7, and upgrade this by 5 more, which puts it at 34.
I'm just like, I tapped in, and we are everywhere.
We're everywhere. That's a bad day. I have some stream questions to ask while we've been going, or answer while we've been going crazy. Let's see. What would happen to the engines and a rail if you don't keep up on maintenance? I assume you mean in game, because in real life it's pretty obvious. But engines, they'll eventually not be able to produce power. Rail, we don't want to have specific rail maintenance, other than, yeah, it just gets stupid and complicated. So we'll think about that. Hydrostatic lubricator just sounds like jargon. Yeah, pretty much. Trolleys, no. Electric traction, maybe. EBT stands for East Broad Top, yes.
Yes.
What do I think of
The
a
best
narrow
railway.
gauge loco built to standard gauge specs, like a narrow gauge BG loco, broad gauge, or a narrow gauge broad gauge loco? Totally fake, would look really cool. Oh, so like an outside framed.
K37.
No, he's talking about having a narrow gauge engine put onto standard gauge specs.
Oh.
So like a outside frame standard gauge engine. That would be massive. That'd be neat. But I mean, loading gauge is a thing for a reason. So yeah.
Actually, I think that there's actually a couple examples of that actually having been done.
Really?
Yes.
I'd be interested to see those.
I'll do some research tomorrow. Well, it's 1:00 a.m. so later today after I
Sure. Yeah.
snap.
Feel free if you
Yeah.
can send me some stuff. That'd be great.
I know that there's a lot more examples of standard gauge locomotives being converted to narrow gauge, like the K37, stuff like that. But that was just that was just always a case of
we can
orders
ban
getting
him.
sent.
We can ban him right now.
Why?
Nick, we can ban him right now. He
I
said
wasn't-
the word.
I wasn't
He
paying
said
attention.
he said the phrase.
What did he do?
What?
K37's converted from standard gauge. You pressed like I have 2 buttons as
Well,
an individual. I have 2 buttons that piss me off.
Okay,
Calling calling-
clarify that they weren't converted from standard to narrow gauge. They were initially being built as standard gauge 280s, but that order got canceled.
No!
So, yes.
Explodes! No! Sorry. That clipped horrendously. I will ban you. No, just kidding.
All right, I'll stop.
You're great people. Shall I explain for the sake of people that want to learn things?
I would
Yes.
like to learn things because that scream was very scary.
Sorry, this is a I have
I
2 triggers.
push Heist's PTSD button.
Ladies and gents, I have 2 trigger buttons that make me irrationally frustrated. They are, I shouldn't tell them to people, but here we are. They are someone saying that the engineer or the fireman or anyone in the cab is the conductor when they are not.
Oh, I thought
That
it was
pisses me
driving
off
the
right away.
train.
Driving the train's less, but someone being the if they, I harken back to this mother at Dale with Thomas pointing at me and saying, "Look at the conductor. Look at how dirty he is." After I got off the engine shoveling coal for 12 hours in the day, and I was like, "No, I am not the conductor. Why you do
I am
this?
the fireman.
I'm the fireman. I just shoveled for 12 hours. The conductor sits in the caboose and tells us what to do, and he's very clean." But anyway, the other one is that K-37s were converted. No, they were not. The K-37s were a brand new locomotive built for the Denver and Rio Grande Western in 1928 and 1930. They reutilized an old existing boiler. End of story. There was no conversion except for the tender. The tenders were absolutely converted. They put new wheel sets with narrow gauge axles in the same journal boxes and the same frames and the same everything for the tenders. Tenders absolutely converted, but everyone says, "Oh, they just converted the standard gauge engine for the K-37s," which leads to all this bullshit about people being like, "Oh, so they just squeezed the axles in further and then put a new move the frame on the outside." No.
Well,
New cylinders, new frame, new cylinder saddle, new frame, new running gear, new rods, new wheels, new everything.
So,
Yeah. Anyway.
what I'm hearing is that while Brett may be like a standard gauge man in a narrow gauge world, the K-37 is a standard gauge engine in a narrow gauge track. Boom.
Kind of.
Well,
but
well,
it's
then-
the same size as the K-36 is the thing.
Then
All of the
Heist,
Ks are that big.
then Heist, if that's the fact, then you might want to get in touch with whoever wrote the Wikipedia article and pretty much.
I
article on
know!
it ever.
I edited the fucking Wikipedia article myself, and idiot foamers keep editing it! Who is more qualified than me to fucking answer this? Sorry, I know I used to know about swearing, but Jesus fuck, this is like the one few things that I have opinions about.
Anyways, let's get back on track.
Yeah, sorry. We derailed Heist's brain
We
in a
will
massive way.
we will never bring up a specific number of the K class ever again.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
no, we weren't-
so
yeah.
actual rail things on the server. Clown, can you
'Cause
see my
I don't even
skybridge?
know I'm supposed to be going now. So.
I see your
Anyways.
what?
Can you see my skybridge? Should be like off to your right. You're looking straight at it.
Yeah, I can
The
see a
ones
sky
with
bridge.
text.
So this is a 10% down to where the switch is. So if you want to come around-ish this area, that's where it
Oh,
meets
I
up
was-
at the bottom of the valley.
I was only
where are we
building
playing
as
these cars
far
from?
as the horseshoe.
Okay. Well, next phase we need to meet up to the
And
horseshoe
then we
from
need to
somewhere.
work out. Yeah, that's right. We need to work out where we're going between the horseshoe and the refinery and oil field.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you an
Anyway, I
ish
recovered the engine.
of
was
where it
6,
ends
not
up.
5.
Also, Heist, if you plan on backing up, I wouldn't back up too far because you got the porter with cars.
Yeah, no, I know we can't back up. I was wondering what the hell we're doing with these 4 stakes. I think we'll let's
Are you
if
going
you
to
be
grab the flats off the porter and you're going to start running the beams and lumber because
Oh,
I saw
good call.
you do this downhill.
Okay, so let's oh, well then we need to get the Eureka out of the way first.
Ditches. Over. Go look. On the iron ore mine side of the shed at the track.
Oh, the big
Right.
block.
Yes, go look at the block.
Wait, where? The iron
the,
ore mine
the block. You should see it at the shed. There's the block
Oh.
of ties.
You see it?
It's directly in front of the left log cars.
Oh, in front of the shed.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not in
Okay.
front of the shed, it's beside the shed.
Let's see. Ancient Dunkirk asks, will the steam locomotives have new whistles with the next update? I don't know if they'll be with the next update, but I've provided Kimia with a number of whistles, and we want to add multiple whistles per locomotive as an option, so that will be coming. 3900 class says, make sure Jerry Day knows this before he writes his K-37 book. Jerry Day is not writing his K-37 book. His friend, who's a good friend of mine, William Reed, is writing the K-37 book. And I am in contact with William, and we will be talking about a number of these things prior to the publishing of the book. So I would hope.
Are you talking about this like graphical glitch in the track?
Yes.
Yes, where it's a giant brick of ties
Yes.
all in one.
Yes.
because the
That
track's
is-
been laid longer than it's supposed to be.
That is the
I have a
block. You
full
are
spline
not
ready to
allowed to
go.
delete it. Another full spline, you said, Clown?
Yeah, another full spline,
All right.
a lot of yays.
Waiting.
Go for it.
But yeah, no, I've talked to
Yes.
Jerry Day quite a few times, and he is good people.
Jerry's good. Jerry and I have had some disagreements. I think Jerry is just a polarizing individual, but Jerry's good people, and Jerry does good work for the community. But yeah, he comes off a little bit cantankerous online, and many of us do. So.
Brilliant
Just one of those
photographers,
things.
so.
Oh yeah, his pictures are great. Love his pictures.
Like, I'm guessing you and me share about, like, 15 of the same groups on Facebook, and we always see his photos.
Probably yes. Oh god, do we fit in the clear here with all these log cars?
I'm guessing probably not.
Looks
No,
no,
okay,
looks like
The
we're
long
good.
No.
cars, those aren't in the foul of anything. You should just be able to go into the other 2 lanes if you want to
I
go into the...
would
we-
not move. Don't move back any further because you're
Nope.
about to go off.
We're parked. That's fine. Eureka's in the hole on top of him just to be real convenient. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Heisler, and if you can line us on top of the Porter,
Roger.
to the rear, we're gonna back up to it. It's behind us.
Oh, you're running around that way.
No, we're already lined into it. The Porter's on the reverse loop. Actually, we're just gonna grab it. Actually, go get in. Couple me in, and then kick off the brake on the Porter, and then we'll pull the whole mess forward, and we'll shove the Porter into the shed, and leave it there, presumably till the end of time, and then we'll head down. Or actually, we'll back up, and then
I
we'll
was gonna
unload
push
these.
something in.
Oop. You shoved the porter cars. If you just want to back up slowly.
Yep, got it.
All right, you are in. Moving up. You want me to just take the porter off this and take it up to the shed?
Nah, I mean you can if you'd like. That would also work.
Oh, the brake wasn't even on in the porter.
Nice.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Hope there was
Look,
at
what is,
least some
in the-
flavor of
in the-
car brake then.
In the new update, no locomotives are probably not getting new whistles. We're focused on other stuff.
So Midland's in my chat complaining about people who are always like, X locomotive
Okay,
should
hold
meet
up a
up with
sec,
Y
'cause
locomotive and
I've
double
got
head.
the porter stop to realign the switch. Oh no, that switch is aligned. Okay, we.
Well, I have modern train locomotive whistles like Nathan K5H's. I hope that you're trolling. Because those are horns.
So does
And
you
he-
guy want to come up here and see the climax, take the toke?
Oh, he should. He should.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna get the porter to the shed.
I wonder if the Porter will fit in the handcar sheds. Or speeder sheds.
I'll make it fit.
It will. Speeder sheds are pretty big. They're designed to hold speeders, which are bigger than handcars.
Oh. I was told a speeder was a handcar. I was
speeder's
lied to.
Motorized handcar is what a speeder is.
Oh.
Usually a single piston or single cylinder pop car engine.
I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's excited for that cab forward.
The cab forward's weird. The cab forward's just
I
weird.
want
It'll be
it.
neat, but it's weird. Yeah, it'll
the,
be cool to have.
the
but-
best part about it is the boiler that they used wasn't even like designed for like a steam
Yeah,
engine. It's a
marine boiler weirdness. I mean, I saw the picture and then I saw diagrams. People shared drawings with me even after we did the shit post rank the tech tree video with the train nerd group. And
Oh yeah, that one instantly was F rank, wasn't it?
it was instantly F rank, but it would have joined the this rank had I known about the marine boiler and the fact that it didn't draft worth a damn until they cut a hole in the front of the cab. Like, it's ridiculous.
I didn't even know that.
thing.
I didn't even know that fact.
Yeah, no. So it's Daniel Gullery, one of our modelers, who's a
I know
brilliant
Daniel.
historian. Yeah, was talking about it, and it's like, yeah, no, they literally had to cut a hole in the front of the cab to make it so that it was able to draft enough to get positive pressure while it was working, and that made the crews hate it because it was just ridiculous. So,
So we're getting that as an upgrade when it comes to Railroads Online, right?
probably not. But anyway.
The
Okay,
hole cut in the
I'll
cab?
run this down the hill. I don't know if you want to head up to the logging camp and see what Pharma's doing.
Which
some-
way am I going?
Up.
You would up. Yeah. So
Oh,
wait,
so
let
like-
me
Up the hill, just go
let
up
me-
the hill when you
come-
see
come-
some dirt,
follow
then you
me.
can go
Follow
across
me.
it.
No. Follow me. Follow me. So basically, aim yourself this way. Follow the direction of my pawn. Just run that way up the hill, and you shall eventually find the logging camp.
Okay,
might
so
be
it's
slightly
it's
more
on
to
the other
left.
side of this mountain.
No, it's on
Yes,
top of the
it's
third
on the
highest
top of the
mountain.
mountain. You'll see it. It's on top of a mountain. So
Yeah, I have a very basic understanding of this map because
Alright.
I've only seen it one other time. So
we timed out Urban Ash Gaming because they're annoying as fuck.
fair enough.
Is that the
Anguish.
guy who keeps asking to play with you every single stream, like 4 times a minute?
No, it's the person that's been saying Big Boy in RO, Big Boy RO. What about Polar Express in RO?
Listen, you're not getting Big Boy in RO, but you are getting something that is literally like a quarter the size with like 3/4 the horsepower.
You're getting the L101 is more impressive of an engineering feat than the Big Boy, which is why it never existed. But
Alright, so
I mean,
I am up here at the logging.
got there pretty quick. Anyways, let me.
I mean, it's
stop
really
before I get
not
there.
that far as the crow flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we could do, 140% down, get to the iron mine in under a minute.
140%.
Well, you know, casual.
I mean, you
The other
probably
server
derail.
I play on, we have a couple things we call speed tracks, and it's like we actually have one coming out of here, and I think it's literally like right over here, like where all the tracks start curving back to get to the industries. We just have it like drop off this cliff. And we'll just
I had
occasionally
something like that. I called it a roller coaster, and I put it in the oil field.
yeah, but no, occasionally we'll just drop down a log car.
But yeah, we'll take this entire thing at a pretty consistent 25 miles an hour-ish.
Yeah, he hauls the butt down the hill.
Now,
Anyways, I'm
I-
almost in the clear with the Heistler heading down the hill.
Now, I can't help but notice that, your train isn't to, full railroad regulations, because I'm not seeing a boost back here with lanterns.
It's not. It's true. We don't run by rule on the
Well, did you bring a
Hope, Pray, and
caboose up with
Suffer.
you?
Rules? What are those?
Yeah.
We are in the clear.
Yeah,
Pharma,
yeah, I
you're not
carried it up.
lined at the bottom of your alignment, but you are in the clear.
Yeah, no, I carried the caboose up on my back.
Out of
I
the
mean, there's no way you
cage?
used to get trains up here at the side of the stream.
But, no, actually, speaking of that, one of the most impressive, photos I've ever seen of just...
Excuse me, one moment. Heist, did you line us when we're coming down so we don't have to stop before the switch?
I did not.
But I think one of the most impressive rail-related photos I've ever seen, which just kind of goes to show you just the lengths of human ingenuity when it comes to moving things to places where they have no business being. I cannot remember what railroad it was, but so they had to transport this locomotive by water as near as they possibly could to the railroad that was operating. But the only problem is the railroad was like on the other side of like 2 mountains. So their idea was, we're gonna lift this thing up to the top of one mountain and then basically make like this giant zip line between the 2 mountains, send it over, get it down the other side, and deliver it to the railroad.
I'd like to see the steel cables that they thought they could zip line a locomotive down.
Oh, it worked. That's the amazing thing.
I'm sure it did. Engineering, in fact, does work. You just do the math and realize the answer is a really big number, and you go, "Oh fuck, who can make that?" And then it happens. But
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will see if I can find that photo.
I
Nice
should have
line,
warned
whoever
you
did
for
that.
that. Sorry,
Yep,
my
you should
bad.
have. All right.
And I'm pretty sure there just went the.
Thanks for doing that, like right in the middle of our run too. You almost caused a derailment.
Well,
And I'm pretty.
Will be a
I'm pre-
DeLorean. No.
I'm pretty sure in that little hiccup there, I'm pretty sure the whistle on the Heisler's gone.
Robert Lorenz, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name because you got lots of accents, and that scares me as an American. But they ask, what is the maximum curvature they think the L101 will see? Well, it's hard to say. Never existed, but 2882 with that wheelbase, knowing that the big boy could do something like 20 degrees, absolute maximum at crawling speed, I would think maybe a 15-degree curve would be your kind of at speed kind of limit. Real life, not in game. So in game currently 7.5 degree would be my guess, but I don't know. It would be somewhere in the 7.5, 10 region. So 15 to 20.
Why is it always so
And that
hard to
spot
find?
right there is consistently like semi-spicy. I think we need to have Clown go do another patch-up job on this track.
Why is it that whenever you're looking for a photo, you can never find it, but then when you don't, like 6 months later, you're like, hey, there it is.
Too real. Yeah, that's me all the time in my Google Photos. I've taken too many thousands of pictures of trains, and I can't find the ones that I need when I reference videos or doing reference for stuff and whatever. Case in point, it was funny. I put out my Diesel 101 video maybe 3-4 weeks ago, and I had myself scratching my head at a couple things like, oh, I don't remember that. Wish I had my notes. Wish I had the course guidelines from when they taught us this stuff at BNSF. And we were cleaning out the basement the other day, and I found that I kept my notes from BNSF's GE and EMD basic classes. And I had the full guidelines, and it talks about the exact oil pressures and water pressures and the way
look
the
at how
system
precisely
works.
I got
And
that stopped.
it's
All
all
right.
silly.
Here, I'll throw this switch.
Anyways, I'm in the
Did you also
clear.
get the brakes off on 5 car?
I'm in the clear at the sawmill, though I am lined for my track here. So you're not lined past me. I'm gonna pull up and stop and go use the restroom, and then it'll be
First
on
5
to you
cars,
guys.
get the brakes off, please.
First 5 cars get the brakes off.
Yep, that's how many brakes I set to stop in time.
As soon as he leaves, there's a bot. Actually,
Of
that's
course,
in my
I'm
chat.
still here.
Never mind.
That's in your chat. You're getting botted. Eh. All right, be right back.
It's a new bot, though. Haven't seen this one before.
And you just grab that switch as we go past. I'm gonna go get the iron ore cars and we'll start loading and do a dual run of Goldwood and iron.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up with you though.
We go 11 miles per hour, it's fine.
And run speed is what, 20?
Let's
15.
see if I can't hotfix delete the bot messages in
When it's faster
my
to get around the
settings.
map by running. So what, we're grabbing the coal hoppers?
Yep, grabbing the hoppers, just pull the Eureka out and we'll shove it on the back of this consist.
It needs a cricket sound effect. Just for when none of us are talking. Just have it like as enabled as like a streamer mode in game that just picks up if you're talking.
Yeah, so for those of you asking to join and whatnot, be like Ditches here and have built me coal mine track like 6 months ago.
Right.
Yeah, you have to join the poo-poo streams before you get to play the real boy stream.
I wasn't even
I-
streaming at the
I mean,
time, dude. This was
yeah,
right when
no,
I started playing
yeah.
the game, back when we still had voice chat.
But yeah, no, I will say this. Don't ever expect me to like just straight up build a route, because I actually absolutely suck with that. Where I'm really good at track building is if somebody gives me a foundation to work with. That's where I'm really.
So you're telling me that we should be a crew and I should lay a crappy foundation for you to figure out everything else?
I mean, here's the thing: if you lay a crappy foundation, it's going to be a crappy track job, because I work with what you give me. So
Oh, okay.
if
So-
you give me a really good foundation to build off of, you're going to get really good track.
See, Clown's
As-
not convinced that you actually lay good track now.
Definitely not. I was about to say that's not clan approved track.
I will admit, when I actually prefer playing this game on other people's servers versus my own save, because my own save, it basically looks like temporary logging road. It's just track however it's laid. But that's just because I don't put a lot of time into like my own personal saves, because I'm not trying to impress anybody. So
Hopefully with the spline update, some of your stuff gets easier. Oh, hey, look. That's not my stream.
That's my stream. Yeah. Looks like
Yeah, that's a
taking
new
care
bot,
of
by the way. Same
It's
one that just
so-
hit me.
it. It's so annoying. They keep like
the best cams one.
they keep improving their bots to have more bots. It's so stupid. Oh shit.
What'd you do?
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for telling me that I am muted. Because yes, I was still muted in stream.
But you just want to quickly go make sure that there's at least a link and pin one of these consists that we're putting together.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm not. I haven't been AFK for a minute. I've been obviously running trains, but yeah, no, I
Alright, shut back and we'll start loading the first car where you go put the Eureka in the hole.
muted my my
Oh, you
stream
want me to
sound
put
so you didn't
Eureka
have to
in the
hear me
hole?
tossing the tennis ball for my little doggo.
Yeah, the climate can do all this by itself.
Now chat's gonna ask you to turn on the
So,
face
like,
cam to
shut
see the
these down, so
doggo.
we can start loading, then go put
Oh.
the Eureka in the hole.
Oh,
She doesn't like being held, so it won't happen. And the one that's very cute is probably upstairs somewhere being aloof, because that's what he does.
My brain
Wise
just
guy-
didn't
no, I did
compute
not.
that for a
You
few
can do it.
seconds.
Wise
I've
guy
got
did
I've
not
got her
catch
full
your
out.
commercial.
Oh, you know, it might be stuck. There we go. It was stuck between a stroke.
I'm actually gonna head out here in a bit, as soon as I get this first bit of guide track in.
I've been going
Alright,
almost.
what's your monetary status like?
I haven't checked. I've got 2,400.
2400 what? Oh, money.
Hey, that's right. Heist gave a bunch of iron ore money to someone else.
I gave it
Freedom
to
bucks.
myself. I have $1,888 myself.
Right? Go ahead, pull forward.
Is there a narrow gauge version of the AC-12 cab forward? No, there's not.
I mean, technically, yes.
Technically, yes, there is a narrow gauge cab forward, but not a 4882. It was a very sad, strange 440 that has our pity.
Yes, it was a very strange 440 that has our pity, but was what gave Southern Pacific the idea for the cab forwards.
It's true. It's true. It
Just
does
imagine if
deserve
it-
that honor.
If just imagine if that locomotive didn't exist, we might have actually never had the cab forward.
Wouldn't that be a good thing, according to most
No.
people?
No, the cab forward, the Southern Pacific cab forwards, the big ones, the articulated ones, were actually brilliant and good pieces of engineering that actually made it so many crews didn't die of suffocation in the long tunnels on the Southern Pacific. They're actually critical in the development of the railroad.
Ice likes cab forward, confirmed.
So anyway, but yeah, no, those were super important because who else wants to get black lung other than me? So.
Every other rail fan.
Oh, well. something coal smoke smells good or something until you smell it too much. The Heisler's firebox is square. This is unacceptable. Those corners are not self-supporting. Anyways, for another video. Also, the holes in the fire door are wrong. What happens when you start criticizing your own game?
Hey, listen, that's actually if you can criticize your own game, that's actually a good sign.
Should have warned.
Jesus. Yeah,
My bad.
you should have. That was quite
I
the
was
lag.
not paying attention. I kicked myself.
Singed beard.
I'm kicked.
Sorry.
So,
You've been kicked. All right, Mick.
Right,
We now need to have Mick kicks.
yeah.
I wasn't even
We
paying
almost
attention.
caused a derail a second time. Just wanted to let you know.
Did you derail again?
No, it wasn't almost. I was just slamming into this consist at maximum speed.
That sounds like
Yeah,
your
no,
own fault.
if we had been going any faster during that, we probably would have derailed a few cars.
Ouch.
Yep, if the climax was a fast engine, we would have derailed.
Just
Sounds about right.
casually
Keep
was
her
not
going.
even paying attention.
What are the beams in the Heisler's cabs for? They're boiler braces. The
You
Heisler's
can
ones
keep
are
going.
very weird and large, and I'm not entirely certain why they are
Alright,
as
that's
they
good, that's
are.
good.
Looks like they're actually frame rails for the Heisler, in the case that the frame splits into a low and high member here, because it doesn't have a traditional engine, and the low frame continues there, and the high frame runs along here. Which makes it terribly inconvenient, I'm sure, while you're actually in the locomotive.
Oh man, this guy's slow loading.
Ah, it's because one of these doesn't always work right.
Man, now I gotta run all the way back.
No, that's not how you do it. I'll show you with the next one when I pull it up.
Heist, can we get a save drop,
You're
please?
gonna have to show him the fast load.
They've dropped. Velocipedes, hand cars, and speeders. We have hand cars. Speeders will come eventually. Velocipedes are kind of silly. Roll cage knows, but
Yeah, no, for some reason my mouse is like really slow with dragging those things down. Okay, you can go ahead, stop her up. Perfect.
talk out cam. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I could aim a camera at Maple, but I couldn't pick her up and show her. She doesn't
Wait,
like
is
to
this
be
actually
seen.
a thing?
What kind of
Which
doggy
load?
is she?
She is a Heinz 57, one of every flavor. Kind of
Okay.
she's long, weirdly long with a long neck, but a Chihuahua, but kind of tall. She's
Noted.
she's just her own thing. She's cute.
It sounds
need-
like a foxy.
I didn't even
Kind
know
of.
that you could do that with the iron ore mine.
Yeah, the
See if
iron
we
ore
can do
mine,
it.
the coal mine,
Maple.
and the oil refinery.
chop
If
her up.
you want to
Chop her
just
up.
spawn a bunch of oil cars inside each other.
Oh, stop.
Doggo cam? Oh, that's a mess of chords.
Doggo cam, where'd dog go? Doggo.
There it is. It's a small doggo.
She's trying to put the ball at my crotch right now, which is her favorite place. But yeah, there's Doggo Cam. That's one of the two. That's Maple.
That's
You have
a
a-
foxy.
You have a
She's
mess
a
of
fox.
chords there,
Foxy cross
Heist.
with a Jack Russell.
We
I've
gotta.
got-
Almost the same dog as a red
I
fox.
have a drum kit that needs recorded mix, so I have about 20 different XLR cables that run across my floor. Yes, it's disgusting, but I've never gotten better about it. So here we are.
All right, loaded. Move up next.
We gotta
car.
get you on the cable management trends.
I'm so bad at cable management. Please, somebody help me.
Send your
Fly
roll
Fly
of
me
gaffer
out to
tape.
wherever it is you live, and I'll do it for you.
I just send him a roll of gaffer tape.
Send a roll of gaff tape with you.
How much
It-
ore did you just void on that?
How much what did get voided?
This man just loaded like 14 ore into a single car.
Mm. Ice plays guitar. Yes, he plays
Ice plays
guitar.
guitar. I hope
up
so.
on-
What gave it away? The fact that I have that
You're
many
good to move up the
guitars
car.
over there, and that's not all of them? What gave it away?
For reference, I was serious. If
Right,
you
Dark
paid to
Raven.
fly me out, I would do cable management for you.
We could possibly discuss that being a thing, maybe, perhaps.
Nah, that's
All
not gonna
you need is
happen.
some
What are you
zip
kidding? That's
ties
such a
and some
stupid
alligator
idea.
clips and some blue tape.
No, so the reason it's really a mess right now is because of the basement flood and resetting things up. I still haven't even
right, we
hooked
are
up the
good.
mics on my drum kit, so the cables still run all over the goddamn place with no sense of reason behind them.
Okay, Isla, what's your current bearing?
I just left the sawmill heading up towards the iron mine. Where are you at?
Alright, we're just like sat at the iron mine, so I guess I'll pull into the.
No,
hole.
I'm still at the sawmill. Let me I'm still facing the wrong way. I'll Y, and then hold in the hole for you. So come head on down. I'll be out of your way.
So for
And
reference,
Maple
Okay.
sorry, Doggo is more
Maple
important.
Maple is now at my left thigh with her tennis ball and is like, "Hey, you paid attention to me. Why haven't you thrown the goddamn ball yet?"
Because
we
the ball's an outside toy.
No, it's not, Pharma. You don't know. You don't know this little girl. This little girl she has a problem. She's like the worst alcoholic you've ever seen for the tennis ball. She is ridiculous. So our other dog, Magnus, is an Australian Shepherd, a mini Australian Shepherd, and we thought he was the most tennis ball obsessed dog we've ever seen. You'd have to throw the ball for an hour, hours on end even, to wear him out, chasing the tennis ball, make him want to lay down and, like go to bed. He's about 2 years old now, so he's a bit of a pup, but he does not hold a candle to Maple. She is way older than he is. She's about 5, and she needs the ball. It's like, I don't know what poor traumatic experience this poor little girl has gone through where she just needs the ball this bad, but she needs this tennis ball. This is like her
those dogs are
everything.
like that.
So
It's,
Heist,
it's like it's a security blanket.
It's
My
worse
little
than a
foxy,
security blanket, though. It's like I've seen dogs that have one, but
they've got to take it everywhere with them.
this is every second of every day with her. It's a security blanket thrown in with a thing. She's so cute. She's so sweet.
so
She's the best dog, but good
Mine
God.
has a rubber
Anyway.
duck, and the rubber duck must go everywhere she goes.
but Heist,
As
just
long
real
as we're
quick,
sharing dogs.
just real quick for you, Heist. Somebody has updated the wiki.
Have they
for the
really?
K- Yeah. So
Since they heard the scream,
yeah. So
we've
here's what,
impacted the
here's
goddamn
what here's
Wikipedia.
what it says
Back to
now.
Dogs. I'm
Hold on,
just
hold on,
gonna
hold on.
show off-
That-
no, I need
that-
to show off my Labrador and look how well behaved he is. It's
Ah,
a
cute.
Labrador and there's food in front of him and he's not inhaling it.
Nice.
That's impressive. We will show that on stream.
But yeah, so here's what it now says. It says the Devon Rio Grande Western K37 is a class of 282 Mikado type narrow gauge steam locomotives built for the Denver and Rio Grande Western. They were all new steam locomotives built in the Denver and Rio Grande Burnham shops as a cheaper option to Baldwin K36s. The
That's
tenders were
wrong.
converted from standard.
They weren't cheaper.
They
They
weren't,
were-
but they were initially built as a
Supposed to
cheaper
be.
option that failed.
They were built as a fuck you to Baldwin because
Yeah.
they bought the 10 K36s in 1925 and they loved the K36s and they wanted 10 more. So they asked Baldwin, "Hey, could we get 10 more K36s?" And Baldwin said, "Well, hey, you haven't finished paying us for the first 10. How about you finish paying us for the first 10? And then, because you're a podunk little stupid narrow gauge railroad that's not called, I don't know, the New York Central, perhaps we'll trust you enough to then buy you another set of locomotives." And Rio Grande said, "We're West Cowboys. You can't tell us no one time. We'll make our own locomotive." And so they made the K37, basically. And yeah, and it was worse than the K36, kind of, but better in some ways, but also worse. Anyway,
Unlike Mickley's other sky bridges, this one actually connects 2 points.
Which one?
Take a guess.
Oh yeah, no, I saw
Oh,
it.
the-
Oh my.
the
Bridges
giant
missing
one.
on this map.
It's actually so strange because I saw that bridge on the stream the other day, and just seeing it in person, it's like, wow.
It actually
Like,
looks good.
Like, yeah, no, but it's like I'm just like thinking because like I know that bridges aren't the easiest thing to work with in this game, so I'm like, how did you manage to glitch them so they actually stayed?
Well, about 7 hours worth of streaming.
okay, Pharma, I am wide and back in the hole, just about, at the sawmill. Oh, Christ, you're close. You're not lined. Where do you need to be lined to? Smelter?
Smelter.
Working on it. Christ. Oh, hopefully that's you up there. Your whistle as the host
Yeah,
is
we're-
hauntingly close.
Brakeman,
Yeah.
go get all the
Ah!
brakes.
Stop! Stop!
Ah,
Brakeman, that means you. Go get all the
I'm
brakes.
I'm working on it.
Well, okay. You were just lining into the yard. It's not the end of the world.
for
It
some
took me
reason,
forever to why.
the
A
only
nice
thing
you're
I-
playing or something.
It
for some
actually
reason-
just started playing.
No, for some reason, the only thing that's like a solid object on the Heisler's tender is the thing I keep running into, and that's
So
the
anyway,
water.
we're tonnage trying to push like 8 cars of cordwood and 6 cars of coal, so we can't go up anymore. So we're going to have to pull into the yard and then pull back out and down
Well,
to the smelter.
I guess that's the way it goes then.
Wait,
it's
so
not the end of the
what-
world.
So what are we doing?
We got to line this. He's got to come ahead because he can't back up anymore because he's over tonnage. So we'll line the switch. If you'd line the leg by the Heisler, I'll line this leg.
Okay. Oh, I see. Wait.
Yeah, right.
So when he comes through.
Yeah, so he's gonna come this way first. He's gonna pull straight in the yard, and then he's gonna shove
Now
back
we
to
have
your.
brakes on because
Yeah,
holy
we do,
crap, we're
'cause-
going slow.
Yeah, we do because you told me to turn on brakes.
Well, now go get the brakes. Go get the brakes off because you know which ones you put on, and I'll get the switches.
I think I only managed to get the first 2 cars.
Pharma, you're lined to the yard, the longest track or the centermost
we are
track.
Brakes are off.
And
I
I'm
wonder what would
lining so
happen
this
if I
goes
threw
there.
the switch now.
Probably not good things.
Mickley, this new brakeman you brought on is just the worst.
Wise Guy Gamer, you're asking me to read your
I might.
commercial in a commercial voice, but I don't see what the commercial is. Did you send it to me on Discord? You've sent that several times.
My chat is telling me I might need to turn you down, Heist, when you're screaming so loud.
Oh, well, it's only here and there.
It's only when you
I
call
was
him a
just playing.
conductor.
Yeah, only when you call me a conductor. Actually, I'm being a brakeman right now, not really conductor. Anyway, Pharma, 3 cars, 2 cars, 1 car. That'll be fine. Back it up.
And
Start
meanwhile he's just right here on my end, just glitching through the
Bring it
curve.
back 20. It was like 20 minutes ago. Well, he can either repaste it, or he could, or he could send it me on Discord or whatever. I don't know what he's asking me to read. If he's asking me to read, I can't scroll up in the chat. Alt tabbing out and then scrolling up doesn't work. When you get a high screen count, you guys will have to keep track of that, not me.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was one of the K classes. But there's a museum that owns one. If I remember right, they removed the super from it. I know it's a Denver
You are just the embodiment of like random tangential FOMR knowledge that vaguely triggers me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a jack of all knowledge when it comes to where
that's
master none of the skills.
That's fair. That's like, so I don't want to make an example out of you because you actually seem pretty knowledgeable. Like you've done a fair bit of reading and learned things, and you know people and stuff and words and stuff. So this isn't directed at you, but it's directed at people that are the people that end up becoming you, I suppose. .jpg. That may still come off as rude. I'm not trying to make this rude.
Oh, no, it's fine. Heist,
but
there's one thing I can tell you right now. There is nothing that you will ever be able to say that will make me feel offended. I'm not the offended type.
Okay, well, fair enough.
So,
Anyway, so there's a group of people who really like trains out there in the world and in the industry, and they learn things on the internet off of Wikipedia that has poorly written articles.
yeah.
You know, and shit like that, right? And they take that knowledge to heart, and then when they spout that knowledge, people call them idiots and foamers and stupid shit. But they were just trying to spread stuff that they learned in a positive way, but the people that do it always look at them stupidly. So one of my prime goals in my channel is, hey, let's talk about the things that people should know or that people don't know and get people educated. Like, let people know what the insider knowledge is. Anyway, foamers, yes, thems. Thems be the ones. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's also...
Fortunately, I came in here knowing absolutely nothing about trains, so I can't say anything that will set Heist off.
True.
Yes, you can. He told you what to say.
I did, it's true. But...
Okay, I end them. I can say things, but then Heist has to blame himself because he told me to say those things.
Sure.
See, listen, all you need to know is Silopagon. That's it.
Silopagon is
Yes,
true.
like-
He is an educated man.
Silopagon.
Silopagon. Anyways, so you talk of you talk of the K class that had its superheater cut it out.
Yes.
Let's talk about that K class. That K class is the Denver and Rio Grande Western K27, previously a Class 125, as modeled for Railroads Online, not yet in game. But originally a Class 125, turned into a Class K27 in 1924, originally built 1903 to 1905. The 464, is its road number on the Denver and Rio Grande Western, was donated to the Knott's Berry Farm, or purchased by the Knott's Berry, actually probably purchased by the Knott's Berry Farm in the 50s when they bought the C19s, the 340 and the RGS 41, along with all of the other passenger rolling stock.
You want to know
And they
something?
quickly,
You want to know
quickly
something about
realized-
Knott's Berry Farm?
in a minute,
Okay. I'm distracted, sorry.
the Knott's Berry Farm quickly realized that the 464 with its trailing truck was much too large for their railroad, but they had already cut the superheater units out of the locomotive, knowing that they wouldn't need to use them on their flat railroad. So they retained the superheater header and capped the superheater units to reduce the amount of leaks they may potentially have to deal with, and then sold the thing to the Huckleberry Railroad in Flint, Michigan. And there, the 464 resides. It was in service until about late last year, where it went down for its 1472-day inspection, which is mandated by the FRA once every 4 years of straight operating days, hence 1472 days, or every 15 years of service for a steam locomotive under Part 230 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Anyway, that's the story on that thing. But yes, it got its superheaters cut out, but some of the K27s never had superheaters put in, so it's kind of neither here nor there. So, but yes, superheaters are better, so it was kind of sad that they did anyways. But
we're not
Nicholas,
stopping.
My little story about Knott's Berry Farm is my family has gone twice now, and I was not invited.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I've been to Knott's Berry Farm 4 times, and it's great. Everyone should go to Knott's Berry Farm. Everyone should go ride roller coasters. Roller coasters are great.
Well, see, the first time they neglected to tell me that there was trains there. I was only going to be able to be there for like 2 days because of exams. And I'm like, well, that's not worth just going to an amusement park. But like...
Oh yeah, by the way, there's a K27 there.
Yeah. Cool
The K27
locomotive
hasn't been there
stuff.
since forever. Yeah.
The cordwood.
Granted, I could have done my own research, but that's besides the point.
Hello, Heisler, I hear you.
I am not disconnected from those cars yet.
Heisler is in approach of the iron ore mine. So.
But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying about, you know, the entire foamer thing, and there a lot of the times it's knowledge that they've, you know, read on something like Wikipedia. With me and my knowledge, it's always kind of come down to I've always been, well, up until like the last 5 years, I had been, you know, over the years working on various route projects for train simulators and stuff
Can you
like
get that
that.
switch behind me as I'm going past it?
Yeah.
The very last one.
So what I ended up doing, working on those projects, I ended up, you know, getting into contact with, you know, people who actually worked for the railroads that we were doing, which is why I have so much not like off the top of my head knowledge about the East Broad Top, because I spent like the better part of 7-8 years constantly emailing back and forth with Lee Rainey, who is basically like the lead historian on the railroad. So,
Clown, get money.
Clown get
Yeah,
money.
Clown get money, but I'm unloading lumber for you as well right now.
So wait, you want me unloading these or?
I got it.
I got a whole
I would-
$20.
2712.
But yeah, so my knowledge of the East Broad Top actually comes from the fact that I have tried working with groups to build the route for train simulators on 4 different occasions.
Have you really?
Yes, and none of the. So the first one I was working on was back in the Microsoft Train Simulator days, and then
Christ, this is a long held
yeah.
thing.
So Microsoft Train Simulator was where I started, and then I tried it with another group in Trains 06, another group in Trains 12, and then the most recent one that I did was I don't know if you know Will Coleman on the East Broad Top Facebook page.
Don't.
Or not, but him and a group of guys were trying to work on building that route, and so I offered my help as, you know, kind of an informational guy, because I still had like, you know, all the spec sheets, all the grade charts, all the track maps and all that stuff, and building blueprints and everything like that. And so I joined up on that, you know, helping them get the information that they needed, and working as a route tester. But because of, you know, time constraints on his end, project has kind of stalled. So
That is
Yeah,
such a bummer. The East Broad
Yeah.
Top is so cool.
yes, the East Broad Top is such an
Brakeman
amazing
brakes.
Yes. They're the front 3 cars up on.
I speak from experience, having been to Lynn Modinger's personal HO3 layout.
that's-
The East Broad Top's cool, and he's
Yeah.
got a great depiction of it on his railroad.
Yeah, no,
And-
I've seen photos of that. I mean, there really is a thing, like, yes, the East Broad Top is an amazing railroad, but for some reason, when it comes to the train simulator community, it is known as the cursed route, because no matter how many times you try it, the project never gets done.
Well, so this is like the modus operandi for railroads online. That is why we're trying to do the 3-foot narrow gauge stuff. Because yes, East Broad Top has had it worse than the Rear Grand stuff has. Yes, there have been some depictions of Rear Grand stuff, like vague depictions of Durango and Silverton that sucked in trains, or Train Simulator that Kuju put out back in the day. I guess it's Railworks
God,
or whatever the hell it's
Kuju,
called
oh
now.
my god.
Whatever the hell it's called now. Train Simulator 2022.
Yeah.
You know,
Dovetail
that
games.
Dovetail Games version of Train Simulator. Yes, there have been like other little things for the CNS, like the Clear Creek Narrow Gauge is pretty good, which is cool. That's a cool route, but it's like you see those little pieces, and that is it. And there is so much narrow. Like nobody's done a great, authentic model, even the Durango and Silverton or the Cumbres and Toltec, that's scenic and does it justice all the way
Oh,
through.
hey, I
as
know
far as
that
I've seen.
railroad.
You do.
Is it the Cumbres and Toltec?
Grand.
Is it the Cumbres and Toltec 3 times on one question?
Dies.
Well, I mean, the Durango and Silverton website actually
Sorry,
does have a
one-
third-party route for Train Simulator for the Durango and Silverton.
Yes, that was the one I referenced, and it sucks. Having full out there support, I I donated $315 to the DRHS for the support of their locomotive 315 and its 1472. Having that full out there, I have also purchased their route for Train Simulator, and it sucks. Sorry, they didn't develop it. They just got it sponsored, and it's just not. I mean, the track's accurate, but the scenery is just not enough to keep you entertained. If
Well,
you
I
ask
mean,
me.
also at the same time that what you have to realize that a lot of the stuff in that route is ported over stuff. I believe
It
I
is.
believe
It's
the
ported
locomotives
from
were-
MSDS. The
Yeah.
K27 is. There's no cab view. It's just not satisfying. Yeah.
You know,
Anyway.
I was about to be an idiot and ask why we were going so slow, and then I realized where the cars are going.
Railroad critical. I am running from the iron mine back to the sawmill.
Yep, you're in the clear. I'm just very slowly trying to align these cordwood cars so we can get 4 in on the siding.
Hold on, let me check.
Cool. Yes, the DNS has a route of their own that is you can
you
get from the
got-
DRHS Society, but
about-
it's not worth it.
You got about
I
half
wouldn't
a
buy
car.
it
Half a car.
unless you're
maybe a
really,
yard.
really desiring to run the route.
I think this is good for all 4 cars.
Jay
No, we need to
Christensen,
go
I will fight you offline about that. The K37s are as much a conversion of the standard gauge 280s as the Reading T1s are rebuilds of the 280s from that road, which is just to say they're only such if you count reusing just the boilers. The hardest part of dealing with a steam locomotive is the cylinder saddle. That is the most complex, difficult, frustrating piece, the piece that people can't really cast anymore, or if they do cast, it is incredibly expensive. New cylinder saddle, new boiler, new gauge, new locomotive. That is the end all be all.
Current money.
More money?
Current money.
Oh, 2712.
$20.
Oh, sorry, 4256. I had to turn
No,
it off
that's
and turn it on
barely
again.
I mean, Ditches has $2,000, so
I need another $100, please.
can
Oh,
we
can hear
can we
some.
drop a save real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're just gonna have to be content with doing it in lots of free.
Save dropped.
All right. That's gonna be all for me for tonight. So thanks to everyone who tuned into my stream. Gonna drop a link in Heiss's chat.
Front,
Reminder.
wait, towards you or the front, as in the one at the end here.
The actual front, all the way up the end.
Okay. Whose thing am I? Whose crew am I joining?
Clown.
Clown.
Yeah. And just a reminder for everybody watching, there are midweek streams hosted by me that are labeled as half or 3/4 episodes in which we do track maintenance and just other stuff because Heist does not have as much time as I do.
Front one.
And Pharma's usually there too.
I did.
So if you want to go get notified on that, again, join the Discord, get the role so you get
I asked
notified
you-
with that. And Carl,
I asked you if you're the one that talking about closer to the engine or closer towards the end of track.
make sure to
Yeah,
like,
turn the
subscribe, and
outside
comment
first.
to both streams. I'm trying to do an outro, you two, and like say
Sorry.
goodbye. I'm trying to be a good
I mean, this
YouTuber.
person knows now, and he still hasn't gone and unloaded it.
I don't know which car you're talking about because you told me the front, so I did the one right here, and you're telling me
And
the
try
front.
the other front then, because I'm clearly talking about that front.
Okay, because I asked you, and then you just said the front.
Anyways,
Chris,
I'm
this is-
leaving.
Gents,
So...
Bye, Mickley. Thank you. Thank you for streaming.
Bye,
Appreciate you.
Bye, guys. My goodness.
For everyone else, if you ever wondered why the FRA mandated that you have to